We'll have a moment of silent meditation and pledge to the flag. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all. I'd like to call to order this meeting of the Monongalia County Commission for November the 25th, 2020. It is 10:04, and we will first begin by having consent and approval with Colleen standing in for our County Administrator, Renetta.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
There are no exonerations for today. Vouchers for General County, $144,349.16. Coal severance in the amount of $2,130.97. 911, $16,023.36. Chestnut Ridge Park, $6,116.54. Mason-Dixon Park, $406.65. Assessor's valuation, $4,165.71. Payroll, $916,663.54. Purchasing card vouchers, General County, $7,853.05. Magistrate Court, $31.83. 911, $296.85. Assessor's valuation, $423.19. For a voucher total of $1,098,460.85. Position vacancies for boards and authorities: Board of Zoning Appeals, Planning Commission, Development Authority, Camp Muffley Advisory Board, Abandoned and Dilapidated Enforcement Agency, Mason-Dixon Park Advisory Board, Region 6 Planning and Development Council, Historic Landmarks Commission, and Mountaineer Trail Network Authority. And you have fiduciary orders for November 25th, 2020, and then you'll have a second item that will need a second motion.
Move to approve.
Second.
Been properly moved and second for approval. All in favor?
Aye.
And the fiduciary?
You have a petition for elective share and stay of further distribution of assets in the Linda Lawrence estate.
I move that we refer this petition to a fiduciary commissioner.
Second.
Properly moved and second for referral. All in favor?
Aye.
I do want to, didn't get a chance to finish my motion.
Oh, I'm
I want to
sorry.
make sure that we put a time limit on this. This just came up 5 minutes before our
Yes.
meeting, and it wouldn't be do us any justice to rule on it either way. So I would like to give direction to the state office that we refer this to a fiduciary commissioner with the goal of getting a recommendation back from the fiduciary commissioner within 30 days.
Okay. So I accept that as an amendment.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Introduction of new employees and personnel changes. I see that we do have some. Welcome.
Strategically set apart.
I will say.
Yeah, Josh here, and then down the line, carry on the end. There we go. All right. On the sheriff's behalf, I'd like to introduce 4 new employees. These employees are all going to be filling current vacancies that will be effective on December the 1st. First, we have Josh Allen, who will be a full-time court security officer.
Josh,
Then-
right here? Okay, sir.
Then Richard Kelly, who will be a full-time home confinement officer.
Good morning.
Morning.
Brian Van Kirk, there's a typo on the agenda. That is my fault when I sent it to Renetta. Brian is also going to be a full-time court security officer. And Carrie Webster will be a full-time office staff and secretary at our office.
Move to approve?
Second.
Properly moved and second for approval. All in favor?
Aye.
And
Welcome to all of you.
welcome.
Thank
Glad
you.
to have
Welcome. Have a good Thanksgiving.
Thank you. You too.
I don't see anybody, but is there any other introductions? Hearing none, we will move to comments from the public. We are now open for comments from the public. We are now closed. Comments from the public. Colleen, do we have grants?
I do. I have the grant contract agreement for you today for the VOCA grant. We have been awarded $117,007. And I have a resolution that reads, the Commission of Monongalia County met on Wednesday, November 25th, 2020, with a quorum present and passed the following resolution. Be it resolved that the Commission hereby authorizes the Honorable Edward A. Hawkins, President of the Monongalia County Commission, to act on its behalf to enter into a contractual agreement with the Division of Administrative Services, Justice and Community Services Section to receive and administer grant funds pursuant to provisions of the Victims of Crime Act grant program. So in addition to signing the grant contract, you will also need to sign the standard conditions and assurances, the federal standard conditions and assurances, the Equal Employment Opportunity Plan, and then there's certification regarding lobbying, debarment, suspension, and other responsibility matters and drug-free workplace requirements.
Move to approve.
Second.
Properly moved and second for approval. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Colleen. I would like to now open a public hearing. This is public hearing in the second reading on the request by Suburban Lanes and Steve and Ginger Lorenz Trust to amend the West Run Planning District zoning map designation from industrial M-2 to general commercial CV-2 of property legally described as Morgan tax map parcel 4A parcels 19 and 19.1. And we'll have our Andrew, if you would give our presentation and report. Thank you.
Yes. There was a typo in the agenda on one of them. It says CV. It's actually C2. It is correct on the other page.
C2, okay.
So the easiest way to present this, as a vestige of history, you can see the purple where it was an industrial or manufacturing zone. It has since then, the lots have been split in a weird way in history, and as a result now you have buildings that are commercial buildings that are split by this vestige of history, and as a result they asked for the change. It's very straightforward. No one's had any issues with it thus far. It seems pretty obvious from the map what happened.
A correction, if you will.
A correction, if you will.
Yes, okay.
That's all I
right.
have.
Thank you. Now, is there anyone wishing to speak in favor that is present of this? Seeing none and hearing none, I will call upon anybody who are opposed to this request to step forward. Seeing none, I would then close this public hearing. And I believe that this is granted to make this change.
We have it come. It's up under new business.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we'll make a formal motion.
Right. That's when the formal motion will be. Okay. Is there any correspondence?
No, sir.
Commissioners?
Yeah, actually, I have some good news.
I've received correspondence from both the offices of Senator Capito and Senator Manchin concerning our interest in looking into broadband initiative. And with the recommendation of Commissioner Sikora, I have them going to talk with Eric Carlson, who is the Vice President of the MAP, who is overseeing the process. So now they will go contact them to see what we can possibly do, funding, ideas, suggestions, whatever, to work with you. So I am at least excited. They did reach back out and say they are very interested.
Okay. Excellent. Good news.
Yes.
Any other correspondence? John?
No.
Unfinished business. Seeing none, we'll move to the new business and the consideration to approve the request to amend the West Run Planning District zoning map designating from industrial M-2 to general commercial C-2 of property legally described as Morgan tax map 4A parcels 19 and 19.1.
Move to approve amendment as presented.
Second.
Been properly moved and second for approval. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It is done. Next, consideration to forward responses received for the RFP 2020 audit by qualified accounting firms to the Monongalia County Audit Committee.
We had proposals received from Ferrari and Associates, Perry and Associates, and BHM CPA Group. So in accordance with normal practice, I moved to forward responses to the Monongalia County Audit Committee for evaluation and determination of the successful offerer.
Second.
Been properly moved and second. All in favor?
Aye.
And next, to consider for approval requisition number 41 for the University Town Center Series 2017 Administrative Expense Fund.
This is a total amount of $1,981.25, and it's for 2 invoices to MuniCap for their financial support. So I move that we approve the requisition as presented.
Second.
Properly moved and second for approval. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. That concludes new business. And reports from elected officials. Hearing none, we'll move to reports from county commissioners. Tom?
Yes, I have a couple. First, for those of you know, Morgantown community proved the ultimate in community caring and giving. Yesterday, we at the Ruby McQueen building at Milan Park distributed over 1,050 turkey meals. About half of them were picked up and the other half were delivered. And this was because of the funding grant from the Milan Charitable Trust and Pantry Plus More, United Way, and the Preston County Workshop were involved, and it truly gave the true meaning of Thanksgiving. This was over 5,000 residents will be eating heartily, and as one person stopped and told me, as the lady pulled down the window, and everyone was wearing masks, everyone, and we were socially distanced, she started crying and said this is the first time ever that her family will have a full meal for Thanksgiving. And to me, that's just a great thank you to all the community members who were involved. The second issue is, I know that the county commissioners always try to be proactive and not reactive, and with the increase of positive cases in our county and the possible complications with the flu season, I would like the commissioners to consider having a work session within the next 30 days with representatives from EMS, all law enforcement in the county, WVU Hospital and Mon Health, urgent care centers, rehab centers, and health department. The purpose basically would be to keep patients, community, and the workforce safe and stable with the growing impacts from COVID-19. And such areas to be proactive we would be looking at is approaching the vaccination distribution delivery system, which we hope will happen in the next several months, how to stop mitigating spread in agencies and community care of patients, what are the procedures that emergency room doctors, rehab centers are managing risk of spreading internally and externally, and 4, keeping information flowing between all the entities in the public and forum. And I throw this out to my other county commissioners, who I know we see what's about to happen, and we just want to make sure everyone's going down the same path together. And I would hope that we would discuss and see when we could come up with a date. And that's it. Thank you.
I agree.
No, I agree too, Tom. I think it's a good idea. Again, let's not wait until the vaccines are here and then deal with the problems associated that are going to be inherent with delivery.
Yes.
You know, who gets first, all that other type of stuff. So it'd be good to just have a general conversation.
Right.
I think the state even kind of threw a little confusion into the matter, because now that General Hoyer is coming to work for WU, I've
Right.
gotten comments from people saying, so are we going to farm out
To
the
the-
vaccine distribution to WU? So we need to make sure we understand
Right.
what the plan is going forward, and it's always good to have a conversation, and especially if you're talking about what you're going to be doing and actions that you're going to take in the future instead of being reactive. So I think it's a good suggestion.
Thank you.
My report since last meeting, last Thursday and Friday, I had commissioners training in Bridgeport. Thursday night, we had our MMPO meeting. Friday, I had a JUMA meeting in the morning before my commissioners training. And then in the afternoon, we had our Mon County Broadband Initiative meeting. And Commissioner Bloom had mentioned that the senator's office has gotten in touch with him a couple times because they're anxious. Well, they heard about our tower, and Tom mentioned the possibility that when we are installing the new tower, we made sure that it had the capability of handling additional microwave towers if we were to use that strategy for getting some service to that end of the county. So it does. It has that capability, so we're being proactive in that regard to make sure that we have flexibility. About a month ago, we actually started meeting a very small group of different stakeholders in the county. The planning office, Andrew's been involved with those groups, IT, the Board of Education. But we're keeping it small to try to at least get to a point where what we want is to develop a master plan for the whole county. The region had done it for the whole region, and they did a sub-plan for our county, but now we want to go and do a deep dive. So we don't want to go off and approach this shotgun approach. We want to do a real intensive analysis of the broadband needs for the whole county and how we're going to proceed forward and develop a plan to do that before we start really getting ahead of our skis and having everybody else go around and run around and talk about this. We're trying to get a cohesive effort. So that is certainly helpful. Eric works for the Morgantown Area Partnership, and he agreed to help me with the process of getting this going. So it's good to get somebody, have one single focal point for communication to try to cut through a lot of the clutter. Because everybody talks about broadband, nobody really knows what they're actually talking about. So we're trying to develop a cohesive plan. And we even have the one citizen on the eastern end is very knowledgeable that I've talked to. He's even been participating, and he's a technical mindset, so he's very, very well adept of the options that are out there. So again, we have a good mix. We're trying to get to a point where we actually are, I think the next step would be to put out an RFP for a project manager that we'd actually run the project, and we can task with, okay, go do a survey, okay, what's do a gap analysis on this particular area and start really drilling down and making some real progress. We want to make progress. We don't want to still be talking about it a year from now about, how are we going to do this? We want to actually move forward. So I'm very anxious and very happy to see that moving forward, and hopefully a lot of good things to come in the near future. This week, yesterday I had a Mon County Development Authority Building Committee meeting, which we met to just talk about a few issues with the building. Today's a regular day, and tomorrow, of course, is Thanksgiving. So I wish all of our employees, all of our citizens, a happy and healthy Thanksgiving. That's all I have.
Thank you. As I listen to both of you, I'm really struck by the fact of what a cohesive unit we have here to look forward and plan and to make sure that things are done in a timely and an orderly fashion. I'm recalling this because at 11 we do have a work session with Andrew, our Director of Planning, reminding everybody that the subdivision regulations were first postulated in 1968. I was in college. So, and still, we look toward the fruition. I do look toward the fruition of this, as well as the other things that are starting to be planned forward from this commission. Tomorrow, I'd like to wish my brother a happy birthday. He actually was a Thanksgiving turkey birthday boy, and so Joe, happy birthday. I am looking forward, finally, to seeing a WVU basketball game tonight. I really am. I think the season bodes well, despite the challenges that we see. I don't know what they'll do with the Coliseum. I don't know what the plan is. I guess we'll find out. And everyone out there, please have a safe holiday. Please try and confine yourself to as little contact as possible. Be careful. Wear your mask. I think about health a lot. And when you see that we still have an incident that is spreading rather than being confined, I want all of you to take your own precautions. Thank you.
Quick note, COVID testing today, 9 to 4 at the rec center. Next week, I believe it's going Monday, Friday, Colleen? And it's from 9 to 11. So it'll be 2 days next week, but 9 to 11. So the hours are reduced a little bit, but it's split off on 2 different days. So if people continue to take advantage of that free testing, we'll get out of this hole eventually.
I do believe so. I have faith.
Move to adjourn?
Second.
We are adjourned. Thank you all.